Can you sit down?
You started.
It's often been said violence never solved anything. The simple truth is that when you are slammed up against the wall and a knife is at your throat, when a circle of teenagers is kicking you as you curl into a ball on the sidewalk, or when the man walks into your office, building, or school with a pair of guns and starts shooting, only violence or the reasonable threat of violence is going to save your life. In the extreme moment, only force can stop force. According to Gun Owners of America, guns save more lives than they take, prevent more injuries than they inflict. In the extensive research I did for this speech, I learned how important having a gun available for defense is to people all over the country. Today you will see about the need for gun rights in your home and how you can help ensure gun rights will be protected in the future. First, let's talk about the need for gun protection in your home. The proper use of a gun could save anyone's life at any time. The FBI reported that in 2011 alone, 862 people were murdered in a robbery or a burglary. The question remains about whether this number could be lower if one of the victims had had a gun with them at the time of the attack. Using a gun seems to be the only logical way to defend yourself if someone forcefully enters your home. According to Second Call Defense, stand your ground laws do no more than allow people to protect themselves without worrying about whether they have retreated sufficiently before using force. It's only through legislation that we will be able to own a gun for the purpose of protecting ourselves. If a person learns to use a gun properly, they have potential to save a family member, a friend, or even themselves any day of the year. Criminals strike every day. The commercial appeal states more than 500,000 people have handgun carry permits in this state, and the number continues to grow. As Roy Miller, a noted author and combat instructor, was once quoted, the only defense against evil, violent people is good people who are more skilled at violence. The U.S. Justice Department reports an estimated 3.7 million burglaries occurred each year, and a household member was present in roughly 1 million of these burglaries and became victims of violent crimes in 266,000 burglaries. According to Gun Owners of America, states that pass concealed carry laws reduced their murder rates by 8.5% and aggravated assaults by 7%. In the town of Kennesaw, Georgia, a law was passed requiring every household to own at least one firearm. As a result, the residential burglary rate dropped 89% after this law was put into place. Also, according to the Gun Owners of America, 57% of felons polled agreed that criminals are more worried about meeting an armed victim than they are about running into the police. You can keep a criminal from even attempting to break into your house if the criminal is aware there is a gun on the property. The U.S. Justice Department states offenders were known to their victims in 65% of violent burglaries. Scott Bach, the president of Association of New Jersey Rifle and Pistol Clubs, states, the surprising truth is that there is a direct connection between lawful ownership and possession of firearms and the reduction of violent crime rates. Now let's talk about what you can do to help with this issue. There are measures everybody can take to ensure allowing use of guns in their homes. The first thing to do is research political candidates in your area that are voting for laws that do not restrict the use of guns. You can go online and look up the specific candidates near you that have voted for pro-gun laws or attend their campaign rallies they're having and listen for their views on gun rights. You need to support and vote for these candidates and also talk to your friends and relatives about them and the information you found on their gun right law voting. Join groups such as Tennessee Firearms Association and the National Rifle Association. You can go online and join, or you can fill out a paper application and send it in. Another thing you can do is donate money to these associations and support them by going to their shows and attending their trainings. You can also learn how to use firearms correctly by attending their classes on safety and training. So today we talked about the importance of guns and ways that you can help ensure that all Americans get to keep their guns. The comforting fact is that guns stop crimes, stop oppressors, and save lives. Can you imagine how many lives guns could have saved in the Holocaust, 9/11, Columbine, or in the Charleston church shooting? If someone in these groups had been armed, they could have changed the outcome of these horrific crimes.